Fred Vasseur has made it clear that the growing narrative about Lewis Hamilton struggling at Ferrari needs to stop. In his recent comments, the Ferrari team boss firmly addressed the rising noise around Hamilton's performance. According to Vasseur, people are focusing too much on the wrong issues. The criticism aimed at Hamilton is not only unfair but also unhelpful. Vasseur's message is strong. The problem isn't Hamilton, it's Ferrari. Hamilton joined Ferrari at the beginning of the 2025 season. His move shocked the motorsport world and gave hope to Ferrari fans who have been waiting for a return to glory. With 7 world titles, Hamilton came in as a legend of the sport. The fans believed he could help Ferrari return to the top of the championship. But a few races into the season, the excitement has been replaced with frustration. The results have not matched the expectations. There have been small signs of progress, but overall, Ferrari continues to struggle with inconsistency. Their biggest enemy this year isn't Red Bull, Mercedes or McLaren. It's themselves. Every week, Ferrari faces the same problems. Their qualifying pace is weak, their race strategies are often confusing, and the pressure is growing on everyone in the team. But Vasseur wants people to understand that Hamilton is not to blame. After the Imola Grand Prix, where both Ferrari cars failed to reach Q3 in qualifying, Vasseur said, "We have to stop with this." He was talking about the growing idea that Hamilton is the issue. In his view, the British driver has already shown flashes of his usual brilliance. He pointed to races like China and Imola as examples where Hamilton was strong, despite the tough conditions. Vasseur's frustration is not only with the media, it's also with the way the story around Ferrari is being told. The focus on Hamilton's struggles takes attention away from the real issues inside the team. Poor qualifying sessions, car setup problems, and bad execution during race weekends are holding Ferrari back. At Imola, in front of the passionate Tifosi crowd, neither Hamilton nor Charles Leclerc made it into Q3. That hadn't happened in 7 races, and it was a big disappointment for the team at their home track. One of the biggest problems Ferrari is facing right now is the difference between their qualifying pace and their race pace. On Sundays, the car performs better. But in modern Formula One, starting from the back means you're already at a disadvantage. Track position is everything. Fighting through traffic in dirty air ruins race strategies and damages tires. That's why Vasseur says they need to stop looking at Hamilton and start fixing the team's real issues. If the car starts outside the top 6, the chances of a strong result go down immediately. Hamilton didn't come to Ferrari to be just another driver. He came to win races, lead the team and make history. That's why he's often seen with a serious look and honest feedback during interviews. He knows the car isn't working for him yet. He's already said it. The SF25 doesn't suit his driving style. But he also knows the potential is there. "It's there, we just can't use it," Hamilton explained. He added, "We've got to do a better job." These aren't the words of a driver who's lost. They're the words of a champion who's trying to push the team forward. The SF25 was designed to improve Ferrari's performance this season, and in some ways it has. The car shows good race pace, but the problem is in qualifying. Vasseur pointed out one technical issue: ride height. Running the car lower gives better downforce, which helps with lap times. But there are tight limits in the rules, and pushing those limits is risky. Ferrari is stuck in a difficult position. If they run the car too high, they lose speed. If they run it too low, they risk breaking the rules. This small problem is costing them tenths of a second, which means several grid positions in qualifying. In Formula One, that's a big deal. As Hamilton continues to work with the team, Charles Leclerc is also under pressure. Once considered the future of Ferrari, Leclerc now has to share the garage with one of the greatest drivers of all time. Leclerc has been solid, but not dominant. The tension between the two is not obvious, but it exists. They're both competitive, and Ferrari hasn't made it clear who the #1 driver is. This creates a new problem for Vasseur. He has to manage 2 strong personalities and make sure the team doesn't fall apart from the inside. To be fair, Ferrari's race pace has improved. In Imola, Hamilton started 12th and finished 4th. That's a strong recovery, and a sign that the car can perform. But starting that far back means the race is already more difficult. You lose time fighting slower cars, and once you're in traffic, you can't manage tires the way you want. These small things add up and hurt your final result. Vasseur said it clearly. If you start outside the top 6, you're on the back foot right away. Why hasn't Ferrari fixed these issues yet? The answer is that it's not just one thing. The problems come from many different areas. There are tire issues, aerodynamic inefficiencies, driver setup disagreements, and strategy delays. Everything is happening at once, and it's hard to find one single fix. It's a complicated situation, and that's why Ferrari is having such a hard time solving it. Vasseur admitted that Hamilton was a bit more in trouble in Miami, but he explained that it was more about confidence than performance. He said that Hamilton is adapting well and will perform soon. That's an important message. Vasseur is not giving up on Hamilton, and he doesn't want others to do so either. Hamilton has gone through big changes before. He's won with difficult cars. He knows how to build a team around him. What he needs is time. But time is the one thing Ferrari doesn't have. For Hamilton, this move to Ferrari is about more than just winning races. It's about legacy. He's already one of the most successful drivers in Formula One history. But bringing Ferrari back to the top would mean something very special. It would be a historic achievement. This is not just about trophies. It's about changing a team, restoring its pride, and proving that greatness is not only about personal success. It's about lifting others and leaving a legacy that lasts. Many of the sport's greatest drivers have tried to win with Ferrari. Michael Schumacher did it and became a legend. Alain Prost tried and failed. Sebastian Vettel came close but didn't finish the job. Now it's Hamilton's turn. He knows the challenge is huge. The team hasn't won a title in years. The fans are passionate but impatient. And the media attention is constant. Every weekend brings new questions. Is the car good enough? Is the strategy strong enough? Is Hamilton really the right person for this project? The next few races are going to be very important. Monaco is next, and that's a track where qualifying is everything. If Ferrari can't solve their Saturday problems by then, they will struggle again. They're planning to bring their proven 2024 rear wing to Monaco. Then suspension updates are expected by the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. There is hope, but there's also a sense of urgency. If things don't improve soon, the pressure will grow even more. And when that happens in Formula One, the atmosphere can become very difficult. If Ferrari continues to underperform, it won't just be about disappointing results. It could lead to internal conflicts, media pressure, and possibly a loss of belief within the team. And once that happens, it's very hard to turn things around. That's why these next few races are so important, not just for this season, but for Hamilton's entire project at Ferrari. This isn't a one-year plan. It's about rebuilding something from the ground up. And if it doesn't start working soon, the whole project could lose momentum. But if they do get it right, if the upgrades work, if the team gets more consistent, and if Hamilton and Leclerc can work together, then this story could become one of the greatest in Formula One history. A team that has been struggling for years finally finds its way back. A legendary driver helps make it happen, and a team boss like Fred Vasseur proves that leadership and patience can bring results. For now, though, the situation is still uncertain. The car has potential, but it's not delivering consistently. Hamilton is still adjusting, but he's not the problem. Vasseur's message is loud and clear. Stop blaming the driver and start focusing on fixing the car. He's trying to keep the team united, to block out the noise and to protect his star driver. But time is running out. The longer Ferrari waits to find solutions, the harder it will be to stay in the championship fight. The fans are watching closely. The media is ready to jump on every mistake. And other teams are pulling ahead. Red Bull and McLaren are already showing strong performances. If Ferrari doesn't catch up soon,